Thank you. University Spartan Legion Marching Band featuring members of the class of 2022. Please remain standing. We'll have now the invocation, which will be provided for us today by the Elder David D. Miles, youth pastor at Scott's Revival Church in Franklin, Virginia, and newly appointed sheriff in the city of Suffolk, and a member of the NSU class of 2001. Elder Miles.
So good to be back home. Is it too early for a behold? I guess it was. Behold!
The green and gold.
All right. Those who will, can we pray together? Heavenly Father, we thank you for this opportunity to come together. We thank you for all who are assembled. We thank you, God, for allowing these participants and these that are called to be Spartans. Thank you for that privilege. We ask you, oh God, as we embark upon this new journey, that you will bless and keep and protect each and every one of them as they are blossoming into adulthood, as they are exercising new freedoms. Help them to understand also the privilege of modesty. As they are approaching their volitions for life, let them come with empty cups that their professors may pour into. And Father, may they understand that every challenge is an opportunity for growth, and every obstacle is an opportunity for resolve. Oh God, we ask you to even bless their families and the parents who had to release them as they embark on this journey. We pray for this school year for safety for each and every one of them, each and every faculty member. God, let your presence be with them. And Lord, we give you thanks for the gift that you have knit into them since the womb. Lord, give them opportunities as they are seeking to not only find themselves, but they're seeking to find their place in this world. Your Spirit guide their minds and guide their hearts. And as they are seeking truth, help them to find it. We give you thanks now as they go forward, as they become. Let their hearts sense your presence. Let their eyes have your vision. Let their ears be keen to your voice. Bless the work in their hands and order the steps in their feet. It is in Christ's name I pray. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you for that very powerful invocation, Elder Miles. Gentlemen, you may return your caps, and everyone, now please be seated. Thank you. So this morning, I see a sea of greatness. Each of you, every one of you, has greatness within you. And our position is that as an institution of higher learning, we help you to polish that greatness, to embrace that greatness, and to be prepared to go into the world and demonstrate that greatness. We have the greatness of our faculty that are here who will guide you and support you. We have our administrators here. We have all of the individuals here at this institution for your benefit, so that you understand how great you are and you operate from that greatness. Freshman Convocation is an opportunity to welcome Spartans to the Spartan family. Class of 2028. Anytime you hear somebody say class of 2028, class of 2028, and that's every one of you, maybe earlier, not later. You applaud, so hear me, right? So class of 2028, yes, yes. We welcome you. And every day we will remind you of the greatness that is within you, and we will help you to polish it. Convocation marks the start of the academic year and your academic career here at Norfolk State University. We are excited about who Norfolk State University has been to our over 35,000 alumni, and who we are to our current students, you. As president, I cherish my responsibility of overseeing your development, overseeing your time here at this institution, and ensuring that you leave here with a degree in hand, because really, what's the focus? Degree in hand, 4 years, 2028, or 2 or 3, but whatever that number is going to be, degree in hand in something that you're interested in, that you can use for a lifetime. So you will learn through our faculty, you will learn through our leadership opportunities, you will learn through your endeavors here, and we will support you in order to succeed. Today marks an exciting journey, and I want you to be excited about this because you did it. You made this happen. You worked hard, you did what you needed to do, and you made it happen. And if you look around in your world, not everyone has this opportunity. Not everyone made it, but you did. And one of the things that you can do as you go through this institution and complete your degree is change your family trajectory. There is lots of research that tells us that you will be exceptionally successful when you have that degree in hand, and it will change your economic status from whatever it is. If it's great today or if it's not so great today, it will change that economic status because of what you have in you and what you are doing. This is an exciting journey for you as you become future leaders and professionals. It's a journey that requires hard work and dedication. And don't let anybody gloss over that. This does require hard work, but the work pays off. And there's support for you to do that hard work. And the dedication is to yourself and your community and this world to make a big, positive difference in the world. This journey is also one in which we ask the question, how can we help assist you in your journey? Simply put, we know it's by tried and true best practices. You will have been assigned an academic advisor. They are your partner. And in that partnership, what you are learning to do is figure out and work through what are the requirements in order for you to be successful. But not only what are the requirements, what are the resources for you to be successful? If you look at what you do in the classroom and how you perform in the classroom, you also need to pair that with what you do and how you perform outside of the classroom. You can't be great if you're not operating as an individual who is great. And I know that each of you seeks that greatness and has that greatness within you. And it's right there. It's right there. We just want it to shine. And so getting involved in leadership, getting involved in organizations, all of that will help you as you pursue your career. And using the career services here, using faculty who know so much about your careers, using their ability to help you with research or to help you with learning more and more deeply, please use the resources that are here for you. Your advisor will also help you to think about selecting a 15-credit course load each semester, because that's how we get easily to completing the degree in 4 years, 15 credits per semester. You don't even have to go to summer school, because in the summer, what I'd love for you to be doing is a study abroad, a service learning abroad, a research with faculty abroad. I'd love for you to have those opportunities. And most importantly, a paid internship. None of you should leave this institution. We're going to drill this and drill this and drill this because it makes all the difference in the world without at least one paid internship. Paid internships allow you to be seen and to understand the environments into which you are going to go. And the other thing that paid internships do is across the nation, about 67%, that's almost 70% of students who have a paid internship get what? A job offer. You can't afford to leave this on the table. It is important for you and to you. I want to say that we have lots of resources, including our Dr. Patricia Lynch Stith Student Success Center and many other services on campus that will help you to succeed. Tutoring, mentoring, career development, leadership opportunities to grow and to develop who you are and to stay well in this culture of care that we have. So as you grow your greatness, what I expect you to do is to grow the greatness of those students around you. That is done through caring for them and for yourselves reciprocally. I want you to perform at your very best. I'm looking out here and I'm like, you guys look amazing today. Did we take a picture of you? You look amazing. I am so proud of you. Perform at your very best and take full advantage of all the support interventions. Make use of those people here who care so very much about you and your success. The faculty that you engage with every day, the advisors, administrators, the staff, everyone cares that you are successful. And I believe in you as you begin to believe more and more in yourself. Some of you came with high belief in yourself, and others are just trying to figure out, what is this freshman convocation about, and how did I end up in college? But I will tell you, you ended up in the best place in the nation, the Norfolk State University, and you are the class of 2028. As I look out over this impressive audience today, I'm pleased to see so many friends and members of the university community. I'd like to take just a few minutes to recognize some of our supporters who are here to welcome you, the class of 2028. You gotta have a lot more energy about being the class of 2028. Yes, this guy's got it. First, I would like to acknowledge the members of the volunteer boards that support the university. And let me say this, these people have high-powered careers and high-powered jobs and titles, but they give their time to the Norfolk State University because they care. So would members of the university's Board of Visitors please stand and remain standing? If we have any members of the NSU Foundation Board, would you stand and remain standing? NSU Research and Innovation Foundation Board, stand and remain standing. NSU Athletics Foundation Board and the NSU Alumni Association Board in attendance. Would you please give them a round of applause? Thank you so much. I would also like this opportunity to introduce the members of the university's executive cabinet. Would you all please stand? Would you give them a round of applause? And would all other NSU faculty please stand? Staff, please stand. Administrators, please stand. They are the engine of this institution. Now, I want to remind you, my great, wonderful Spartans, that all of you got here because you worked really hard and you were really committed. But it would not have happened if you had not had amazing supporters who guided you, who supported you, who turned out their pockets to pay for you. Would all of our parents, guardians, supporters, and loved ones of Norfolk State University incoming class please stand and give them a round of applause, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate you so very much, and you may be seated. Thank you. At this time, it is my distinct pleasure to call forward the Rector of the Board of Visitors. That means he's the big boss. Bishop Kim W. Brown, who is a member. Let me say something that's really interesting, because I don't think this has ever happened that we know of in the history of all of the universities in the state of, in the Commonwealth of Virginia. He is the rector here at Norfolk State University, and his wife is the rector at Virginia State University. Okay, how about that? They are a powerful force. Rector Kim W. Brown is a member of the class of 1984 and the presiding prelate of the Mount Global Fellowship of Churches. Rector Brown will be giving greetings on behalf of the Board of Visitors. Thank you.
Good morning. Good morning. Dr. J and Mr. Gaston, honored guests, distinguished faculty, staff, alumni, parents, family members, friends, and especially the class of 2028. It is my esteemed pleasure to bring you greetings on behalf of the Norfolk State University Board of Visitors. What a great day it is to be a Spartan. I'm excited to greet you on behalf of the Board of Visitors. You know, I heard the snickers when Dr. J said 1984. And I'm going to tell you, it seems like it was just yesterday that I was sitting where you are now sitting. Yes, I'm a member of the class of 1984, and I can tell you the day that I sat where you're sitting, I was concited. I learned that word from an older lady in the church. She would say, I'm concited. And I would say, what does that mean? She would say, I'm excited and I'm confused. I'm concited. And she would say, I'm so excited about what the future holds, but I'm so confused about how I'm going to matriculate to that place. So I know the feeling that you have sitting there. I'm sure you're talking and thinking, what is campus life like? What will I do with my classes? Will I be able to rise to this challenge? And I'm here to tell you that you can do this. I say all that to say there's no limit to where you can go or what you can achieve with your Norfolk State degree. As a proud alumnus, I can say with great confidence, you made a great choice. I want to suggest you made the best choice. Norfolk State is the place to be. The degree that you will receive from Norfolk State will open so many doors and present so many opportunities that they are unimaginable. Now, I need you to help me. I'm a preacher, so let's do what we do in church sometimes. Turn to the person next to you and just tell them, remember the goal. Now look at the other person and tell them, remember the goal. This is the goal. Don't get it twisted. Being the most popular person on campus is not the goal. This is the goal. And this is the goal in 4 years. Yes, in 2024, I still know where my diploma is and can pull it out so quickly because I keep it close to me to remind me of the journey. Now, here's what's so amazing. I'm going to leave you with this story. It's an actual true story. Dr. Raymond Alexander was my biology teacher. One of the mistakes I made was I registered for his class 8 o'clock in the morning, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. My parking permit was over by the Twin Towers. The science building is on the other end of campus. And to get to the science building, you had to walk past the student union. I would get to campus on time, but if I cut through the union, it was inevitable that there was a spades game. Someone would need a partner. I would stop with all intentionality to get to my 8 o'clock biology class on time. Dr. Raymond Alexander was an unusual professor because he would give 1-question quizzes every morning at 8 o'clock. And they would be some of the simplest scientific quizzes you would ever have. What is the scientific nomenclature for water? Everybody knows it's H2O. The problem was by the time I would get to Dr. Raymond Alexander's class, he would be saying, pass your papers to the right. So by the end of the semester, my grade did not look good. I set up office hours, Dr. J. I went to meet with Dr. Alexander. I needed 1 point. I walked into his office and I said, Dr. Alexander, I just need 1 point. Can I do some extra credit? You would have to know Dr. Raymond Alexander. He is a stately man. He would say, young man, if I do that for you, that's not fair to all of the students that worked hard to make sure they got a satisfactory mark. Now, you know me, I'm from the hood. I would say, Dr. Alexander, I'm really not concerned about the other students. And I promise you, if you give me a point, nobody will ever know. He decided he would not give me the 1 point. I kind of lost my cool. I got to his office door and I slammed the door unprofessionally. And I remember telling him, I will not need biology anyway for what I'm going to do in life. There's a moral to the story. Flash forward, I'm going to a job interview. The interview is at Mount Lebanon Missionary Baptist Church. When I walk in, there's a group of individuals sitting there that are going to interview me that night. And sitting at the end of the table is Dr. Raymond Alexander. I walk in, and he says, young man, do you remember me? I respond with, do you remember me? And he said, I remember you well. I leave you that anecdote because build relationships with your professors. Listen to them. They have a vested interest in your potential, and you never know when you're going to bump into one of them in the future. On behalf of the Board of Visitors here at Norfolk State, it is my distinct honor to welcome you to the land of Sparta with the statement that we always celebrate our progress and our partnership. Behold,
Thank you so much, Rector Brown, for those very important words. And pay attention, and you did. I watched you pay attention. Let me say that you're probably asking yourself, so why does the president keep trying to ask us to applaud class of 2028? Good job, good job. And you just heard part of the reason, because there's a pride that you take when you go across that stage and you shake my hand and you shake the rector's hand, and you know that you've done it. And so every day you have to remind yourself and remind your peers who you are and where you're going and how you are going to engage your greatness. Class of 2028, I need you to act like you're going to act when you graduate and come across the stage and everybody is stepping and, coming across the stage and clapping and praising. So when I say class of 2028, thank you so very much. We will now have a special musical selection from the Norfolk State University Choir under the direction of Dr. Harlan Zachary. The choir will sing for us, "Oh, Be Joyful in the Lord" by Gilbert Martin. truly awesome, and we thank the choir and their commitment to being here with us and doing the things that give us great, great joy. I want to thank you, Dr. Zachary, Mr. Butler, and this amazing, amazing concert choir. Can we applaud them again? It is my pleasure today to introduce our keynote speaker. Dr. Korie Grayson is a biomedical engineer, chemical engineering researcher, and public speaker. In other words, she is a dynamite woman. As a first-generation college student, Dr. Grayson received a full-ride scholarship to the DeSorts National Institute for Mathematics and Applied Sciences. Do we have any DeNEMA scholars in here? Yes, yes. This program at Norfolk State University allowed her to receive her Bachelor of Science degree in chemistry, pre-med, in 2012. Dr. Grayson is passionate about increasing the number of unrepresented minorities in STEM. She is the diversity chair for Women Doing Science, an international movement to increase the visibility of women in science. She also serves on the Planning Council for STEM Noir, a holistic wellness and research retreat for Black women in STEM. Dr. Grayson is a proud and active member of the Biomedical Engineering Society, National Society of Black Engineers, Society of Women Engineers, and my sorority, Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. Her desire is to continue to inspire and to fight for the next generations of scientists and beyond. Ladies and gentlemen, everyone here, please give a warm welcome to Norfolk State University's own Dr. Korie Grayson.
Good afternoon, Spartan family. Class of 2028. Awesome. So I stand here really as an honor, super grateful to really be in your presence today. When you start here, I really hope that you know it will be truly a majestic journey. One that really will be filled with so much joy, so much greatness, so much community, so much friendship, that honestly, everywhere I go, I can't stop talking about Norfolk State University. So as today, you start here as students at NSU, but really, you're part of a legacy. So I want you to do me a favor. I want you to imagine that it's 1935, during the Great Depression. This city is marked with empty streets, long lines at soup kitchens, shuttered storefronts, just like the MacArthur Mall, and millions of people out there that really are out of work due to this economic hardship. But you're one of a few. You're one of 85 students taking your first steps in one of those small rooms in the YMCA on Brambleton Avenue. And on facing the additional weight of Jim Crow laws, which reminds you at every turn that your opportunities are limited because of the color of your skin, whether it's jobs, schools, resources, or even something as simple as playing golf on a public course. The contrast between despair and hope is stark, but you are here. You are eager, determined, and hopeful. For you, it isn't just a school, it's a lifeline, an opportunity to escape the crushing limitations that the world will place on you. Prove that your future isn't defined by the hardships that you faced. As the school grows, you're moving from place to place, including a 55-acre golf course that once refused to let Black golfers play. It never lost sight of its mission. Education is the great equalizer, the key to breaking free from the barriers, again, that society has placed on you. But now, nearly 90 years later, NSU stands tall as one of the largest historically Black universities in the nation. But in 1935, it was just you and 84 others, sitting in those makeshift classrooms filled with the hope that education could change everything. and it did. As you stand on this campus today, you're continuing that legacy. You are the next chapter in a story that began during one of the darkest times in our country's history. So let me tell you a little bit about my own story, because like you, I sat in these same seats. Okay, maybe not these exact same seats. I think they've upgraded them by now. Just like they did a lot of buildings on this campus. Sometimes I come back and it's a little unrecognizable, but I'm glad to see the growth. And just back then, activity hour on Fridays was just as lit with DJ events. I used to skip classes on Fridays. Do not tell my mama. Well, it's too late because she actually surprised me this morning and is sitting in the audience. So I guess the secret's out, Mom, sorry. Now, instead of 84, I started school with 49 other freshmen in DNEMIS in 2008. Again, we all know what DNEMIS stands for, but basically we were the nerdy or the smart kids, or so that's what they called us. We loved everything science, technology, engineering, and math. And really, if it wasn't for my guidance counselor, Miss Walker at Maury High School, she made me take these super hard AP classes my senior year and also made me apply to over 20 colleges. And this was after I transferred my junior year to Maury, where I really was lost, but I wouldn't be standing here today and be a Spartan. Now, to be honest, all I really wanted to do was play basketball and shoot photography. I had no idea that STEM or science would really be in my future. But Miss Walker, she had really other plans, right? She clearly saw something in me that I didn't even see in myself. And let's be honest, she probably colluded with Mom and Dad, Yvonne and Eddie, to make sure I did something that they didn't do, which was go to college. So I ended up getting into the schools I applied for, all of them, with my 4.3 GPA and racked up over $500,000 in scholarships. And here's the kicker, the only school that offered me a full ride was Norfolk State University. My mom still jokes about how we toured all these colleges and I chose the one right down the street. And I keep telling her, but Mom, it was free. What's the problem? So the reins of watching over me officially passed from Miss Walker to Mr. Parker and Dr. McLean. Dr. McLean, the director of DNEMIS, and my organic chemistry professor. My mom told them, please take care of my baby. And just like that, I stepped on the campus, a wide-eyed freshman, still figuring out what I even wanted to do. At first, I was a nursing major, which was by mistake. I literally just checked the wrong box for some reason. And then I went on to biology. And then I finally settled on chemistry. And that decision was thanks to my freshman general chemistry professor, Dr. Katina Hall-Patrick. Now, Dr. Patrick, that's what we called her back then, looked me straight in the eyes one day and said, Korie, you need to change majors. You've got a knack for analytical and critical thinking that a biology degree may not serve you. So my apologies, biology degrees. That's what she said, not me. Now, Dr. Patrick was really something else. I remember really just being in classes, wondering how we were all gonna get through this next test. But anyway, I switched my major, and not to say that I'm a trendsetter or anything, but I think most of my DNEMIS classmates who were biology majors ended up becoming chemistry majors as well. So let me tell you, although she was 5'2" on a good day, Dr. Patrick had the presence of a giant. She had this energy about her, this attitude, this confidence, and a complete, absolute belief in her students. And even though we walked out of her class many days after failing another chemistry test, some of us might have cried, we were drawn to her. Her love for chemistry was infectious. She protected us, she supported us, just like we were her own kids. Some of us, and bless their hearts, even lost their scholarships because of this class. But we all still remember her and talk about her fondly whenever we meet up. You're going to run into professors, teachers, staff, like a Miss Walker or a Dr. McLean, or Dr. Patrick, and you're really gonna see that that love and that support is really something that you won't feel when you go other places. You have people here who believe in you, even when you don't believe in yourself. So don't take that for granted, because trust me, it is a lot different when you don't have that support and that mentorship. You'll be wishing for that kind of guidance when you go to these other institutions. But that's the magic of HBCUs. People generally want you to succeed, even when you may not know how to. So Norfolk State is where I discovered my love of science in the Roy Woods Science Building. I'm so glad we're getting a new one. It's about time. It's a place where I learned the importance of atoms and how they explain literally everything in this complicated world. NSU was also where I learned about community, with all of us Denemas kids forming our own little tribe, studying together, tutoring each other, getting on each other's nerves, and bonding over the shared struggle of surviving these science classes. And yes, surviving, because if you take organic chemistry or physical chemistry, you'll know that it really is a battle. Even though I'm the second of 5 children, Chris, Morgan, Kai, and Kennedy, NSU is truly where I learned about sisterhood and brotherhood, watching the Greeks exemplify fellowship, service, and unity. Eventually, I got to join the Epsilon Ain't No Chapter Greater chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated and put it all to the test. And y'all, Norfolk State is also where I learned how to present myself to the world and about fashion, whether it was dressing up on Wednesdays for our scholarship group or for my sorority, or eyeing the fly upperclassmen that would strut across campus in those high heels. I don't know how they did it, but I knew I had to level up. Let's not forget Norfolk State University is also where I experienced my first real sweatbox parties at Lee Smith, Gills, and the infamous Q Shorty Short. Y'all may not know nothing about that, but it was a time, I'm telling you now. This was back when dancing was fun and freeing. It's an energy I still feel today when I go to Trinidad and Tobago's Carnival. And y'all, NSU is where I got to actually witness history. It was where I got to see the election of the first Black president. We screamed, and some of us even ran from mid-rise all the way to the towers, exclaiming, "My president is Black." Now that was a time. NSU is also home to one of the best, if not the greatest, homecomings, not your typical homecoming, where you're gonna see familiar faces and where I get to welcome new ones. So don't forget to say hi when you see me out there on the yard. I say hi back, I promise. But NSU was also where I found my voice, whether it was in speech class, presenting my summer research, or trying to sound like I knew what I was talking about in class in general. This was me, all NSU. So I graduated in 2012 at the top of my class with becoming a medical doctor. So I took the MCAT twice. Didn't do good, twice. I applied to as many MD, PhD programs as I could, and FYI, MD, PhD programs are way more competitive than regular medical school. After those rejections, I literally hit rock bottom. I nervously asked my aunt, can I crash with her in Atlanta while I figured my life out? Thankfully, she said yes. She supported me while I worked at Macy's, yes, selling dresses and perfumes, and then as a bank teller at SunTrust. I was just waiting for that right job to call me back. I felt embarrassed and ashamed, like I was letting myself and my parents down. Here I was, an NSU chemistry grad, working retail and banking. It wasn't until I landed a job as a biomedical device associate that I realized if I wanted to grow and make more money, I needed more education. A master's at least, PhD would be even better, so I took that leap. This time, I only applied to 3 schools. 2 said no, but Cornell said yes, in Ivy. And with that one yes, I packed my bags and I headed to upstate New York, not New York City, upstate New York, to start my journey as a biomedical engineer. Now, grad school, it was rough. First off, it snowed like it was on a mission. And unlike in the South, when you shut school down, they didn't do that. You still had to go. So class was always on for reasons that I don't even want to talk about. Plus, I was the only one, or at least one of 9 Black students in a program of hundreds in a school of over 20,000. So gone were the comforting HBCU vibes. Instead, I was faced with unconscious bias, micro and macroaggressions, and stereotypes. I got labeled angry, ghetto, confrontational, and yes, someone even asked me if my HBCU degree counted. But we found each other, the Black, Hispanic, and other students on campus, and we made our community in the diversity programs and engineering office, which became our and my safe haven. I'll never forget Jamie telling me, "You went to an HBCU, right?" You're gonna do great here. I held on to that, because I just know they just weren't ready for all this swag and this realness. So it's okay. After 5 years, 10 months, 226 pages, and 2 degrees, I graduated and defended my PhD. Thank you. And I did it during one of the most chaotic times, the COVID pandemic. COVID took a lot. It took my public defense away in front of my family, my friends, and my colleagues, my graduation, my hooding ceremony, my celebration party afterwards, but most painfully, so many lives. But COVID also gave me an unexpected gift. So one day I made a TikTok celebrating my PhD where I transitioned from my Astro World t-shirt into my red and black doctoral gown. That TikTok went viral, no pun intended. SZA, D.L. Hughley, and so many others around the world were shouting congratulations on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, everywhere. That moment really shone a light on Black men and women in STEM, especially those who graduate from HBCUs. Suddenly, I was being featured on BET, Forbes, and even the cover of our Behold magazine. So people that they could see that this is what a scientist looks like. During my postdoc, I also got the chance to collaborate with brands like Pantene, Home Depot, and Wells Fargo to support students at HBCUs with scholarships. While I love diving deep into my research, which was working basically to find a treatment to treat prostate cancer and colorectal cancer, which are diseases that disproportionately affect the African-American community, I eventually took a different path. I left academia and transitioned into a world of science policy through a fellowship at the National Science Foundation. Now let me tell you, NSF also holds a place in my heart because they gave me the funds to go to grad school for free. So I don't know if y'all notice a pattern, but I don't do student loan debt, and I'm not trying to. These days, I get to see how science and policy intersect and shape our everyday lives. I get to work on funding programs authorized by the CHIPS and Science Act to help foster inclusive innovation in emerging technologies, specifically targeting underfunded institutions, especially HBCUs. From artificial intelligence to quantum computing, STEM is everywhere and is shaping our future in ways we haven't begun to grasp. Now, as you start your own chapter here at Norfolk State, there are a few things I want you to really fully grasp. From those 85 students to everything that I've personally been through, the path may be uncertain, but you're in the right place to figure it out. First off, find your community. You won't get through this journey alone, and you shouldn't have to. Whether it's the classmates you bond with in those late night study sessions or the people that support you through your highs and lows, community is everything. Denim has taught me that. It's those friendships, like the one I have with my best friend, Taria, who also has a PhD, those connections that will lift you up when things get tough, because trust me, they will get tough, so stick together. Second, don't be afraid to fail and learn from it. I basically failed the MCAT twice, and it really felt like it was the end of the world for me, but here I am, standing in front of you, and people call me doctor. Even with the PhD, do you know how many experiments literally failed in lab until I finally got it right? Countless. But failure isn't a sign to give up. It's just the universe nudging you in a different direction. Embrace those setbacks. They are part of your story. Third, use your voice. Whether you're in a classroom debate or standing up for what you believe in, don't be silent. Norfolk State helped me find my voice, and it's something that I've carried with me through grad school and beyond. Your voice is powerful. Don't be afraid. Let it be heard. And most importantly, stay curious. Don't limit yourself to just one path. I obviously didn't. I thought I'd be a medical doctor, but clearly life had other plans. God had other plans for me. So explore your interests, take chances, and don't be afraid to pivot when things go unplanned. This journey isn't a straight line or ladder. It's full of twists and turns, just like a jungle gym. So embrace them. So before I go, because I know y'all ready to go and go study, right? I want to leave you with some reminders. things I hope will stick with you through your years here and beyond. You are capable of doing everything you dream of, even when it feels impossible. You are deserving of every opportunity you dream of that comes your way, so grab it by both hands. You are powerful when you own your identity, so stay true to yourself. You are not defined by your failures or the challenges that you face. You are not alone. Your NSU family is here to back you up. You're not in competition with anyone but yourself. Your path is truly your own. You are the author of your own story, and no one else holds that pen. You are enough. You are resilient. You're not a stereotype. You are truly brilliant. You're not limited by your past or by anyone else's expectations. You are unique with a purpose that only you can fulfill. You are here for a reason, and the world truly needs what you bring. Most importantly, you are the only you, and that is your superpower. Go forward knowing that that is the truth. So just like those first students, you are here to rise above the challenges of your time, to claim the future that belongs to you, and to honor the vision that made this university a reality. Remember, NSU will give you the foundation, and it's up to you to build upon it. So go out there and make your mark, truly, but make a legacy. So congratulations, class of 2028. Thank you all.
Thank you so very much, Dr. Grayson, graduate of the Norfolk State University. From here, you can go anywhere. On behalf of Norfolk State University, it's a small token of our appreciation for coming and being with our students. Thank you so very much. As you can see, being a member of Norfolk State University changes your trajectory. You may not even imagine how far you will go, but that greatness will take you there. And we are here to support that greatness. Every day, Norfolk State University touches and shapes the lives of people from all walks of life. We mold them into individuals who greatly impact the future of our community and our world. And I am proud to know one of the greatest examples of this, our student, Korie Jackson, president of the Student Government Association. He will now come forward and lead the Spartan Pledge.
Hello, class of 2028. It is now time to induct you into the Norfolk State University family. Your induction pledge is printed in your program. Class of 28, please stand. No, don't do that, don't do that. All right, if you guys can please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name. Pledge to uphold the standards and mission of Norfolk State University. To conduct myself at all times on and off campus in a manner that will bring honor and credit to Norfolk State University. To apply my mind, my talents, and my efforts to the attainment of the highest achievement of which I am capable, and to use the knowledge, skills, and experience acquired and enhanced at Norfolk State University to improve in which way I can my community, state, nation, and world. Congratulations. Thank you. You may be seated.
I love the way you guys did that pledge. That was awesome. Thank you for our president of SGA, Mrs. Korie Jackson, and thank you all for being so engaged. We have a special part of our program. It's called the pinning ceremony. In traditional pinning ceremonies, each inductee is pinned by an existing member of the organization. Today, we will have you pin yourselves as we pin a few of your designated classmates to represent, I'm going to say it again. You going to be ready? The class of 2028. Yes. Provost Fulton and Rector Brown, would you please come forward and join me? Class of 2028. Class of 2028. Those who plan to graduate are clapping. Please stand and remain standing. We have our students? Okay. Each of you has received a lapel pin etched with the Norfolk State University logo and your graduation year. This pin symbolizes your official induction to the Spartan family. You have pledged your commitment to Norfolk State University, and we welcome you to our Spartan family. Please place your pin on the left side of your garment. Has everybody pinned themselves, or do you need some help? And people will make sure, because we are a community of care, we will make sure that everybody gets pinned properly. When you wear this pin, it is a symbol of your allegiance to Norfolk State University and our allegiance to you. It's a reminder of your induction to the Norfolk State University family. And whenever you see a fellow classmate wearing the pin, say with encouragement and pride. Now, I had to teach you how to do this, because if you give me, I say, behold, and you say, the green and gold. We are much prouder and much stronger than that. So when I say what I say, we call it call and response, you will say loud, the green and gold. Are we ready? Yes. Are we ready? Yes. Behold, the green and gold. Congratulations. You may be seated. That was spectacular. Thank you so very much. I thank you all for your participation in the 2024 Freshman Convocation. The faculty and I wish each of our newest Spartans success in your academic programs, and it is our fondest hope that you will graduate from Norfolk State University, create a productive life for you and your family, shine with the greatness that is within you. And speaking of your family, Always remember, it is those people who were your supporters, those people who were in your life and cared deeply about you, those people who made a significant sacrifice and investment in your enrollment here. Always think about how you might make good on their investment by working hard, working smart, and being engaged, by applying yourself so that you maintain good academic standing and graduate on time. I'm going to say when that on time is one more time, but not yet. Remember, your first priority as a Spartan is to finish your academic degree. Research shows that those who have earned a bachelor's degree earn over twice the income of those without a degree over a lifetime. Get the help you need in advance in your program. Make sure that you continue to work and try and achieve great grades. Sometimes great grades are passing grades, but most times you can do much better. We will conclude by the bell ringing ceremony as we commemorate our Founders Day. Rector Brown, would you please come forward to lead the ceremony?
Ringing the bell on Founders Day provides the campus with an opportunity to remember its rich heritage and lasting legacy. The still rich tone that resonates from the bell is a tribute to thousands of alumni, faculty, and staff that have made Norfolk State University a leader in higher education and a hope for those who will follow in their footsteps. The Norfolk Mission College bell that is displayed at the Communications Tower has been at home right here for over 5 years. The bell dates back to 1884 and serves as a symbol of achievement, representing exceptional pride and history to the Spartan family. The bell was donated by the Norfolk Mission College Alumni Association to Norfolk State. Before that, it hung in the old Mission School Tower from 1884 to 1916. When the college closed, the bell tolled for school children who attended Booker T. Washington High School and the old Dunbar School, two schools that are historically significant to our community. In 1974, the bell was unveiled and dedicated to Norfolk State. Today, the bell will ring 7 times in honor of the 7 presidents of Norfolk State University. Dr. Adams Gaston will come forward and now, as we read those names, ring the bell. Dr. Lyman Beecher Brooks, the first president. Dr. Harrison B. Wilson, our second president. Dr. Marie V. McDemin, our third president. Dr. Carolyn Winstead Myers, our fourth president. Dr. Tony Atwater, our fifth president. President Eddie N. Moore Jr., our sixth president. And our current president, the illustrious Dr. Javon Adams Gaston, our seventh president. At this time, I'll ask Dr. Zachary to come and lead us in singing the Norfolk State University alma mater. The lyrics to the alma mater are printed in your ceremony program. Would everyone please stand?